Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna do a new video today, but before we start, let me show you my new baby girl, Kina. Oh, she's a golden retriever lab and she's a lot, but if I seem tired or different in this video, she is why. Let me show you her cute face and green eyes. Oh, baby girl. But let's get started with the video. So like I said, we're gonna do a makeup effects video today. It might be something that you've seen on this channel before, but we're gonna do a different twist. We are gonna do Alice in Wonderland theme 2.0. So I'm gonna try to do every Friday here on this channel a new twisted Alice in Wonderland character, because it is probably in my top 3 Disney favorite series of all time. I just love how whimsical it is. It's so twisted. It could be interpreted into so many different ways. So let's get started by doing that. And I'm going to talk about definitely the puppy. If you don't like hearing about puppies or seeing puppies, oh my gosh, girl. I'm a dog mom now. It's a totally different world. I'm living off of caffeine and no sleep. I never knew I could love something so hard until I met my baby, Kina. We named our dog Kina because it's an old Irish, like Welsh name for great champion, and she was the runt of her litter. She was one of the last two. All the boys got adopted first, and her sister were the last two to get adopted, and they were abandoned in a flea-infested field. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know this. And she was rescued, and then we adopted her from her foster mother, and it was a great experience. I've never rescued a dog before. I got my last dog as a present, but being an adult and having a baby little puppy is just on another level different than growing up with a family dog. It's insane. So my heart's full in a great way. It's a lot of work. It is like almost, I don't want to say it's just like a toddler, but it's kind of similar. This is probably the first time I've actually had time to myself in 24 hours, and I barely slept. Not complaining, because look at that face, she's worth it. So I do have a top on. I know it looks like I was just naked holding my dog. I promise you I wasn't. We're gonna do, like I said, beauty, makeup, body painting, and then a little twist on the makeup. So I'm super excited. And excited about the future, excited to have something that needs me to survive, to take care of. I know that sounds weird, but oh my gosh, I'm so happy that she's semi-potty trained, my new dog. Like, she's had her little oopsies, but she has signs that she shows when she needs to go outside. So you just have to be very aware and cautious of those signs, because there have been a couple times already, I'm not gonna lie to you, like she started pooping on my floors, and one little drop came out and poop was still coming out. I was running to the backyard. She peed on my bedroom floor, so we're nervous to have her in our bedroom because some parts of our house are carpeted, some parts have hardwood. It's an ordeal, but like a great ordeal. I don't know how to explain it. When you get a dog when you're my age, like an adult with your own place in your 30s, it's totally different than when I had a dog when I was a kid. Because if I fail, my parents are there to help me. If I fail now, I mean, Corey's there, but my last dog was a Chihuahua Terrier who passed away 5 years ago of old age. I think she was like 15 years old, and her body was just not having it. She had a cancerous tumor 2 years before she passed away. She didn't pass away from those kinds of things. She passed away from old age, like I said, but oh my gosh, that tumor surgery was $1,000. Like I said, I got her as a present, but I was from a strict Asian household that did not want dogs, so I paid for half of her even though she was a Christmas present. I don't remember where my parents got her from, but she was a Chihuahua, we think a wire-haired terrier. She was very anxious. She was very afraid of water and outside, and I had to pay for everything except I had help with that $1,000 payment when she had cancer, like very fast growing bad cancer, and I miss her so much. I trained her to use the potty in a cat litter box because she was so tiny. I think the heaviest she weighed was like 8 pounds. I also trained her to play dead, except she would still look at you. She didn't know how to lay her head down, and to sit, speak. She also shakes your hand. Kina now, first day I got her to sit and shake. She seems very smart, calm, and not as aggressive as my last dog. And I shouldn't compare dogs, like you shouldn't compare children. But my last dog, she also could open cupboards to get her treats. My dog now, she's just like me almost. She has a skin sensitivity. She was abandoned in a field and they were infested with fleas so bad, her brothers, sisters, her and her mom, that they chewed off almost all their fur because they had an infection and they were just losing fur like crazy. So she's a little bald. I call her my little chicken butt because she has some bald spots on her butt and ears, but I love her just the same. She's come a long ways. I've seen some of her before pictures. She's come so far. I'm so proud of her healing process, and she's no longer covered in fleas. She no longer has an infection. She just has to have some calming cream rubbed on her little booty. Just like me, like you guys know, this is not ringworm, it is a allergy. So my dog is just like her mama. We both have sensitive skin. We're also thinking of getting her a onesie so she won't like itch so bad. And she's in like a controlled temperature situation, but she does love to go out in the heat. So when she goes outside, since we're in Texas now, it's so hot here, we're probably gonna take her little onesie off because she loves, oh my gosh, she loves like rolling in the grass, laying in the sunshine. She's really good at fetch. She's really good at high-fiving you, and she always wants to high-five you and shake her hand. She pounces at her feet and licks her feet. It's just everything you would want in a sweet and caring puppy. I got so extremely lucky. We've only heard her bark a couple times. She's not really aggressive, but when she gets a little bit of attitude, when she that wants you to come here, she has abandonment issues and PTSD. She thinks you're abandoning her, she'll do a poof, but it's not very loud or annoying because she gets sad and upset that she thinks you're gonna abandon her like her previous owner did to her and her brothers, sisters, and mother. So even when we were taking out her for her first walk, Kina, she was afraid that we were gonna let her out the door first and just leave and shut the door and leave her. She thought she was going to another home because we had such a long drive. Oh my gosh, the adoption process. So we have been looking for a dog for over a week now, and we have been actually thinking about getting a dog since before we moved to Texas, and we couldn't at our last place because we lived in an apartment complex that didn't allow dogs. But the house we live now, we could have dogs. It's like one of the main reasons, of course, is to live next to my best friend Bunny, and there's better job opportunities for Corey here, but one of the main reasons too was we could have a puppy in Texas. So we were so excited. So we were looking for dogs nonstop, and I was telling Corey he was getting really discouraged because we were looking for dogs, like I said, over a week straight, and nothing. Like they were all getting taken. It was so bad to one point they have like curbside dog viewings and like or doggy pickups and meets at some of the shelters right now during COVID, and we went to one, and this guy, we saw him get out of his car and he took this dog right before us before we were gonna get to meet him, and it was like he didn't even hold the dog, and that dog was so cute and we really wanted that dog, but it was, kept telling Corey it wasn't meant to be, and it just, you know when you get weird vibes from people, and it wasn't anything against the guy just because he took the dog we wanted at first, but I just got a weird vibe from him, and I felt bad for that dog he took because he showed up, was the only person in the whole parking lot or anything that didn't have a mask on, and it was just bad. But the next day I kept telling Corey it crushed his soul and heart and my heart, because if we just showed up there like 10 minutes earlier, we would have gotten a chance to have her and see her. But like I told Corey, it wasn't meant to be. We were both crushed. We were going home because all of the shelters don't post new dog postings till the morning, I've noticed, and you could set up a time when they're open in the morning. So he went against like what I was saying. He's like, I don't care, I'm still gonna look at these gorgeous puppies online. So we were searching online because we really wanted to rescue a dog. Some of our friends suggested that we buy a dog that's like from a breeder, but I don't know, deep in my heart I really wanted to rescue a dog. I never rescued a dog before. I just feel like it's so much more rewarding, and I wanted a mixed breed that wasn't a purebred, so I wasn't really picky. I just wanted a large dog, like a lab retriever. I'm so happy like she is, but she could have been just like anything, except in our neighborhood we couldn't have pit bulls, I think, but she could have been anything other than that. Like I would have even loved black mouth curs, Australian shepherds I love, big dogs I just love, a labradoodle, that would have been cute. So it was just like, he saw a picture of her and he kept telling me, this is our baby. Her name was Taffy, and we changed it to Keena. And it's so crazy because the first day we got her, she was already reacting to the name Keena, and he kept telling me, this is our baby, like, look at this dog. Every time he was like, look at her, just look, you can't help but fall in love. And then we heard the thing about her having skin issues, and I was worried about it. But once we saw her, like, the woman who was fostering her and her husband, we did a parking lot meetup at a Buc-ee's that was really far away, but it was actually halfway between both of us. Once we saw that dog, the woman's husband was like, I didn't know that him and Corey were talking. They were like, do you see your girlfriend with that dog? Like, that's love. Like, they have a connection. And the woman kept saying to me, are you sure you want this dog? You know, it's a commitment. You know, they live 12 to 14, 15 years because of her breed. I'm like, yes, I had my last dog as a puppy, and I was there with her until like she passed the very end, and I'm ready to commit. And she's like, you know, this is a big decision. And I'm like, I know, I really want her. And I'm like, she's like, do you guys need time to yourself to guess? And I was like, no, we want her. We already had like half the things ordered already. We already had her puppy pads. We already had her toys. We had puppy shampoo already. I even got the disinfectant spray in case she made messes, which of course she would, because all puppies do. But she has been, I mean, we're still potty training her a little bit in this house. I think she's used to having a doggy door or something. But I'm telling you, like, she's a dream so far. I know when they get older, they have louder, bigger, more frequent barks. Some dogs get a little bit more aggressive as they get older. But she is so of a couch potato scaredy cat. She still likes to play outside. But when we have two neighbors on each side of us that both have big breed dogs that are adult dogs. And when she just hears them bark once, she's so scared, my precious baby. She starts running towards the door to get back in the house. Like, Mom, bring me back in. This is scary. Just one bark from any of the neighbors' dogs. I'm like, girl, we need to gain you some more confidence. But when we first, like I said, when we first took her for a walk, she thought we were gonna leave her outside and go back inside and she'd never see us again, or we were gonna take her to another location because it was such a long drive. I think we had almost a 2-hour drive back home with her. But she slept most of the way in Corey's lap. And then I slept with her on our first night in the living room. And Corey slept with her a little bit too. So I just experienced our first night together. So I'm just running on energies of love and caffeine. It was so crazy because we did the quarantine method of a dog adoption, 6 feet apart. Everyone had masks on. And no one else at Buc-ee's, not a lot of people were wearing masks. I think I saw like 4 people in the parking lot at Buc-ee's wearing masks. It's just crazy. So since we're quarantined, she's been quarantined for a while. Since she was born they determined April 2nd, I think, is around the time she was born on her medical papers I got. She's still a baby, but she's been quarantined as well, as long as we have. Well, we've been quarantined longer. So it was an ordeal. We rushed her home. Well, I say rush, but that was over an hour drive. And as soon as I got home, I gave her a bath, even though she hates the bath. What dog loves baths? I'm sure there's some dogs that love baths. What am I saying? But I gave her a bath as soon as she got home. The water was so murky and gross. I'm so glad I thought to do that, because she's been around, I don't know what other humans she's been around other than her foster family. So I made sure she was bathed, so we didn't kiss her. We had gloves and masks. She probably was like, why do these humans wear muzzles as well? So we bathed her. We washed ourselves too. No, we all didn't bathe together. That's weird, in my opinion. I don't know what you do with your dogs. And then she was really scared and she snuggled. She already picked her favorite blanket. It's the biggest, fluffiest blanket in our house. It's a king size fluffy blanket. And once I wrapped her in there, when she gets scared, she just melts into a nap. She has some PTSD from what she endured being abandoned at such a young age with her mother for so long. I don't know how long she was out there, but it was long enough to where they got flea infections. She also has some anxiety of feeling abandoned. So whenever me and Corey aren't there and we just let her like roam around the house by herself, she starts crying looking for us because she's scared of being abandoned again. Oh, she's also scared. Well, I shouldn't say scared. She misses her little sister. Her and her sister Dora, so her name was Taffy at the time. Her sister's name is Dora. They were the last two pups and they love each other, and so she misses her sister right now. And me and Corey were actually, when we were looking at dogs, the first dogs we fell in love with that made us want to adopt were these black-mouth cur puppies, and there were two sisters left over. And we were actually gonna adopt both of them. We put an application for both, but there's also something called sibling puppy something syndrome, to where they compete with each other and get aggressive, it could be, because puppy play of sibling, you know, comparisons and fighting, siblings fighting in puppy version. But we ended up not getting it. They actually gave the puppies to someone else because there were so many people, I found out, applying to puppies because of quarantine. But once quarantine's over, what's gonna happen with these puppies when these people have to go back to work? I'm so happy and fortunate enough to work from home, so when Corey goes back to work after all this is said and done, hopefully, knock on wood, somewhere that COVID goes away, the puppy will still have me at home and constant love-ins. But what's gonna happen when these people go back to work is, so everyone's getting a puppy. Every puppy we applied for at the time had 10 to over 12 other applicants. Even if we were like the first 3 applicants, we weren't getting them. But then all of a sudden it was like the heaven's gate opened up, because not only did the adoptee or foster mom of Keena now get in contact with Corey right away and we had a great connection, but I was talking with someone that had a it was a shepherd mix, German shepherd mix, and she wanted to meet with us too. And I had to postpone that to meet Taffy in person. I was so happy when I saw her, and the foster mom was like, "Are you sure? Because you just have to make sure that she has, if she gets irritated from dryness, especially right after we bathe her, we have to put little ointment." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine with that. I have to put ointment on myself, and I have to look after my own skin, so I'm used to looking after skin issues." And my other dog was allergic to flea bites. And she thought we lived in an apartment, but we told her we live in a house. So she was so happy that this puppy was going to a good, loving home. Our dog has a full grassy backyard that's fenced in all to herself. She's very cuddly. She just wants to be near people. If you sit on the other side of the couch and she's on the other side, she'll crawl her way over to you just to have her butt touch your butt. Like, she always wants human contact. She's good with other humans. It's just bigger dogs she's scared of still. Like, even when we're on walks. I just think it's the most hilarious thing that I ended up with the dog that has some skin issues like I do. Like, what are the odds? She also, I think, has a sensitivity to grain food. It's like, what dog was made for me? This one. It's so funny because before we got a dog, for weeks now, me and Corey had a list of dog names. And we actually had a dog name for a boy and a girl picked out right when we got together because we both love dogs so much. And we both were obsessed with this podcast called Sleepy Cabin. And the comedian animators on there were named Psychic Pebbles and Stamper. So we were going to have a boy dog, we're name him Stamper, and we were going to have a girl dog name it Pebbles. But we started making a different list now because, I don't know, we thought we would need options for some reason, even though we had these names picked out for years. And once we had the list, Corey wrote his name suggestions in his kitty little handwriting. I say kitty little handwriting because I like to poke fun at his handwriting. I don't know why. And then I had mine in my handwriting, and I thought I had the greatest dog names of all time. But once we got Keena, it was one of Corey's name suggestions, and I thought it was not great. But once we got her, all his name suggestions fit, and none of mine seem to work with her. I'm not gonna tell you the name suggestions because what if I'm definitely gonna get more dogs in the future, and I'm going to reload those names and try them out because I'm persistent and weird like that. But it's so cute because she already sees Corey as like the dominant male, alpha male, as the one to like have fun and play with. And she sees me as the one who's always cooking the food and who she wants to sleep next to. I don't know how her body's so like hot, like she sweats like a beast. I think it's because she's almost part naked cat, like hairless cat, because of her fur still growing back, that she sweats so much, and you can tell. Let me just pump my lashes on. These are the Dollar Lash Club lashes in Alexi. I think these are my favorite lashes style from this company. Man, these lashes for some reason are so hard to put on. I think it's because my eyes are swollen from not sleeping a lot. All right, now we are going to do the outfit. We are currently, at this moment, trying to crate train my dog. It's not working out too well. We put her, she has abandonment issues, like some PTSD from being abandoned into a flea infested field for her to rot. So she, I'm laughing out of my pain and trying not to cry when I think about it too much. Just thinking about whoever did that to her. She has some issues, abandonment. So once we put her in that crate just now, she was crying so long for so loud. So I have a feeling she's gonna be sleeping when I get into that bed tonight on my side of the bed with Corey, which is fine now that she's 10 pounds, but what's gonna happen when she's 50 pounds? We're gonna have to get a new bed, bigger bed. Did I mention I'm talking all about dogs this video? And did I mention already we took her out for her first walk? And I hope her foster family took her on walks, because she acted like it was so foreign. She was so afraid to go outside with her collar and leash, but she likes playing with her collar, and she was afraid of other big dogs, but not people. She's not afraid of people. Everybody wanted to see our dog. Oh. It was like we were leading a parade of look at my puppy in our town. But I'm like, you see my mask? We're still quarantined. It's hard to walk a dog during a pandemic and to tell people, hey, don't get too close because I don't know what you got. I know everyone wants to pet the puppy and look at the puppy, but you know, we're still in a global pandemic. I sound crazy, don't I? But I have to look after the health. Like, what is this dog gonna do if me and Corey get COVID-19? The Rona. It'd be bad, because I don't know anyone who would take care of her if we got sick. So yeah, I have to tell people nicely, you see this mask I'm wearing, do not pet my dog. I know she's a 6-week-old adorable angel who loves people, but I just don't want people petting my dog when it's a pandemic. Is that bad to say? Because our town has 40,000 people, and let's say Orlando, Florida has almost 2 million people, yet we still have the same number of new cases a day, and it makes no sense. So that's what I'm dealing with. I'm trying to do like a scalloped fancy. I'm making Alice cottagecore. No. Do you know what cottagecore is? I didn't even know what that was. Oh my gosh, seeing Corey with the puppy is the cutest thing. Like I said, she sees him as an alpha male and like as a security blanket, and she's obsessed with his beard and loves to cuddle in it and just wants to lick his feet for some reason. And like, I'm the one who she wants to sleep on, and she just wants to be close to him and sleep near his butt and his beard. And I'm also the one that she knows I'm the one cooking, so she thinks she's gonna get treats out of me. But Corey's been really good as a dog dad. He's been taking her out every hour or two to make sure she's familiar with her surroundings and that she doesn't pee all over the house. Got so lucky that she's such a sweet, precious angel dog. Because if she was a nightmare, it would have been a totally different situation. You should have seen her when we were driving home. Oh my gosh. She was cuddled up on Corey's lap, asleep, like a sweet, precious angel. And it's hard when you're an adult with a dog because they're so sweet and they're so cute. Even if they do something bad, it's hard to discipline them, but you need to like train. And I was surprised that she already knew how to fetch, and she already knows sit when she's wants a treat, and she already knows shake her hand, and she loves giving high fives. I don't know if I've said that. I just love this little animal so much. Like I said, she has some bare spots on her ears and legs. We might get her onesies just so she'll stop biting on one of the bare spots. Oh my gosh, to get her dog tags made, because I don't want to go in a store and have it engraved like in person, because if I could not go in the store, that'd be great. I got it ordered to have it engraved, and it's not gonna get here till August because it's like hand cut, handmade. We have like a design on it with her name, and her name is spelled Kinna, which Kenna was how it's pronounced, I think, in English. But if you look up old like Irish, it's Kina pronunciation is what Corey kept telling me. And he's like, whenever it comes to history things, on any type of history with languages, war stuff, and Irish and German and all types of different history things, I usually listen to him because he is obsessed with history things. It kind of was like one of the things that attracted me to him, because I love people that aren't the norm, stereotypical bro and California guys that I was dating before. He's like interesting. I'm really excited to see this dog's fur grow in. Like I said, she had an infection, so her fur is slowly growing back from it falling out from stress and infections from fleas. So it should be fully grown back in 2 months or less, which is super exciting. I can't wait to take her to her vet visits. I feel like vet visits, well, my past dog hated to go to the vet, and I would love to have a dog that likes their vet, and I'm hoping this will be the dog, because I like hearing that my dog's healthy, or I'm sure when she's older I'm gonna be scared, but that she's doing good. And oh my gosh, soon I have to look out for baby teeth falling out. There's all these things about dogs that you don't realize. Yeah, dogs have periods, so we have to get her spayed sometime when it's the right time at the right age. And then her teeth are gonna fall out, all her baby teeth. It's like, see how I said it's like a toddler? I'm sure toddlers are definitely harder and more expensive. Dogs are expensive too, but we had a really good connection with her foster mom, and her foster mom gave us so much stuff with our kit, like collars, leashes, harnesses, medicine, when she's gonna take her next flea medication, heartworm medication, when her doctor visits were, when she has to go in for this date for this, and like all of her email and number that we can contact her anytime we have a problem. And she gave us puppy pads, and she gave us the bags when we go walking with her leash and stuff when it needs to go potty, because we don't want to leave her poop like some people do outside on people's yards. And she gave us so much stuff. Oh, 2 different kinds of dog food, treats, stuff like that. It is like insane how cool this was, because from what I understand, a lot of people when they adopt dogs don't get all that, which there's no harm in that, but it was pretty awesome. Even though we had a lot of the stuff, like, oh, we just so happened to not get a leash to prepare ourselves, so that was really cool that we got one with her. But her leash is gender neutral, like a Kelly light green, so everyone thinks she's a boy and asks, oh, he's so cute. I'm like, it's a girl. But that's just like the mom in me. Like, my motherly instincts must be coming out, because with the little amount of sleep and the amount of makeup I'm putting on myself tonight, like, I would be dead, but I feel like I have some weird motherly instinct right now. Don't know what that's about. That's like giving me life energy. All right, so I did some details of like contouring and like shadowing in, which took a long time. And I put the scalp edge back. So these contact lenses are from pinkyparadise.com. They're my favorite contact lens company on the internet, other than Sam Hain Studios, which is super cool. They're pricey, but they're hand painted, like real makeup effects type lenses. But if you're looking for something cute, I would go with Pinky Paradise. And this wig is from everydaywigs.com. I absolutely love their company. They have the most gorgeous wigs. This is probably my favorite blonde wig I've ever owned. I feel like such a white, rich girl with blonde hair. I don't know why. All right, now that the wig's on, we did our Alice look. Just a simple beauty makeup of Alice with a painted on outfit. But now it's time for her to drink the potion that she shouldn't, and see what happens and what she turns into in a flash of an eye. I just love the magic of Alice in Wonderland. I was so inspired to do this. I had to have her partially turn into the White Rabbit, so let's get started on that. I'm gonna get some cream paint because I find that cream paints lay better on top of other makeups like foundation, and layering it better with cream paints is so much easier than to go in, my opinion, with some aqua paints or anything like that. So I'm gonna start doing little rabbity hairs on my nose, and we're gonna start putting the rabbit nose with some whiskers, and we're gonna do rabbit teeth. Imagination, we're in quarantine still, so my imagination is rampant. Oh my gosh, my boyfriend keeps looking at that dog that we just got like it's National Geographic, like a prized possession, because he's only had boy dogs, and girl dogs aren't like boy dogs. They're spayed instead of neutered. They have a hoo-ha instead of a ding-dong. So he keeps saying, are you sure this is a girl? It doesn't have a ding-dong, it has a hoo-ha. And I'm like, yes. And he's like, are you sure? He keeps looking down there. I'm like, don't offend my child like that. Don't look there. I'm sure she's a girl. He's like, are you sure? Because it looks like, I'm like, don't say it. Leave her alone. She's my precious angel. And like, he's not used to seeing dogs squat while they pee, because boy dogs, they do not squat when they pee. They just hike their leg up and claim everything their own. So once I told him to stop offending my child and stop looking at her parts, I'm kidding, I explained to him the female anatomy of dogs. And he was afraid of, he's like, what if she gets a period? I'm like, then it's fine. They don't get as much of a period as a human does. And he's like, okay, then I could deal. I just thought it was hilarious. We're gonna do some little rabbity whiskers and make this more white. Like the white rabbit that she's turning into from the potion. Get it? Making his teeth a little yellowy. And with that, we're completely done with our makeup look of Alice from Disney's Alice in Wonderland turning into a rabbit if she drank the potion. Isn't it cute and creepy and weird? You know me, I like my twisted makeups. I don't know where I get these ideas from, but they just get stuck in my head for a very long time. Subscribe for more videos like this. I do 2 videos a week, every Monday and Friday. Thank you for listening to me rant about my puppy while turning into Alice. I can't wait to do more characters like this. Leave me a comment below if you would love to see more Alice in Wonderland twisted characters. I've been so inspired, stuck in quarantine, to do this, so we'll see how it goes. All the products I use in this video will be listed down below in the description box as always. Also, my dog, she has an Instagram if you want to go follow it. I can't believe I'm this type of dog mom, but I am. She's cute. You'll love it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me rant about my puppy. I love you, creators. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.